Hey everyone! So we have hit another milestone with this channel. This is our 2-year anniversary, and bonus, it is Schnaz's 2nd birthday.
Happy birthday!
So at the end of the school year, I had asked the 6th and 7th grade language arts instructor if she wanted to see if any of my new students coming in this year had any questions for me, because 8th grade can be kind of intimidating. So this is going to be where I have taken those questions, and Ms. Crystal has those, and she's going to ask them to me, and I'm going to answer them to the best of my ability. This is just to kind of help you guys understand kind of where I'm coming from, and it's just questions that you came up with. So we can go ahead and get started.
All right, let's get into some of these questions here.
Okay.
All right, question number 1. All right, from 1 to 10, how much do you like language arts?
11. Next.
Oh.
I'm going to try to rapid fire these just so I'm not boring.
Is it hard or is it easy?
What?
I'm assuming language arts.
It comes to me naturally. People who tend to like science and math tend to struggle, but
That's me.
I don't think it's challenging. I think it's appropriately challenging for the grade level that I teach, but I wouldn't say it's hard, but I wouldn't say it's easy.
I think it depends. Like, sometimes for like writing and prepositional phrases, and there's certain little aspects of it that I'm really bad at. I made up a new word today, even.
I made up a new world.
See, I can't even talk, but I made up the word
glue.
Glue, but not like Elmer's glue. I should have said glowed, but I said the candle glue, and she just, looked at me.
It was really bad. All right. Next.
So it's hard. Will we have a lot of homework?
It depends. If I didn't like homework, no one's like, I like homework.
Yeah.
So if I do give you homework, it's for a reason, and it's something that you can definitely do without my assistance, because I used to hate that, and that's kind of why I do this channel. So, like, your homework will probably be watching something from this channel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nice. Do teachers feel pain?
Yeah.
What is the most pain you've ever been in?
Freshman year, homecoming, I was in volleyball, I was doing a lot of stuff, I completely overworked myself, and I didn't drink enough water. And that's kind of like in some other videos, I'm like, drink water! I got dehydrated, and my body, like, all the lubrication between your joints was gone. I could literally feel all of my joints rubbing against each other, and, like, I could barely walk into the hospital.
She went to the hospital.
And I fainted multiple times. It was really bad. Drink water.
I was once hospitalized for 3 days when I was 16 because my kidneys were shutting down. And so I had a lot of back pain. And at first I thought I had meningitis, and then they thought I had something else, and all I knew was I thought
you had, like, mono.
I wasn't doing so hot. Yeah. This girl right here had some mono, and we were sharing a room, so everyone was like, oh, you probably have mono. I, to this day, have not had that. But, yeah, my kidneys were not doing so hot. And so now there's a big joke that when we get older, I have a spare kidney just walking around.
I'll just hold that over your head.
Yeah, but my number one pain would probably be migraines.
Oh, yeah.
I'm useless whenever I have them.
Yeah, those are terrible.
Yeah. Are you scared right now?
Why? Why would you ask that? Not right now.
Yeah, no, we got Schnaz right here. We're not scared. Jeez. Man, what makes you nervous?
Was G's comma man comma in that?
No,
What makes me nervous?
No, these questions are just very, I don't know.
This will be an interesting group.
What makes you nervous?
People.
Clowns. What's your favorite show?
Well, right now we're watching My Hero Academia, and it's really good. And she's, like, really far ahead, and I'm trying to watch it. We just finished One Punch Man not too long ago.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
I'm trying to not think of animes, though.
What did we just have a 2-hour
Game
conversation?
of Thrones is really good.
I'm going to do a shout out to Sherlock, because good old Benedict Cumberbatch is in that, and it was very good.
It was very good.
What was your favorite subject in school? Can I guess?
Yes.
Language arts.
No. Chorus and band, definitely, because the teacher who taught us was actually my inspiration for becoming a teacher, because she wasn't like, learn this. It was more like, be a good person, and, like, taught me all these, like, leadership and morals, and, you know, practice makes perfect, and respect, responsibility, like, you can't expect these underclassmen to respect you just because you're a senior. You have to earn that respect, and like you have to do the same thing as a teacher. You gotta like earn the respect of your students, and like that just kind of resonated with me. I miss band so much.
Yeah, that was good times.
I still love language arts. Like I still loved it. It just I wasn't like language arts. It was more just like I enjoy this subject. Pushes up glasses.
Yeah.
Where are your glasses?
I'm wearing contacts now.
Oh.
Do you like elephants?
Yeah.
Oh.
Someone asked if I liked their sister as a student. Yeah, she was awesome.
They say, P.S. These questions are weird.
Thank you for the foreshadowing.
Do you like dogs or cats?
Cats. Only because I was attacked by a dog. I used to really enjoy dogs, but now I'm a little more cautious. Definitely cats.
She's the aunt to some cats.
You have cats.
I have cats. What is your favorite chocolate bar?
Twix. Butterfinger.
I like frozen Reese's peanut butter cups. Don't try that with Butterfingers, you'll break your teeth. Do you like people that are talkative, such as this student?
It depends, because there's like a time and place. So if like I'm really trying to teach something and I know there's some kids who are just like not getting it and they really need me to like pull some weight to help them, and then I have a student who's like won't stop talking, I'm like, stop it, I'm trying to help and do my job. But if it's like downtime or if it's during like after school and you're like, hey, I really want to talk to you about something that we both like anime or like One Punch Man or something, I'd be like, yeah, talk to me about it. You want to talk about the new Pokemon game? Yeah, come talk to me about it because I'm going to talk to you about it.
There is a new Pokemon game.
So yeah, it's just like a time and place. So yeah, I do like if you're talkative because I've learned to be more talkative, but I used to be really quiet. And I want to respect the people who have those more softer souls who want it to be quiet. So yeah, just time and place.
Yep. Have you ever went to Florida?
Yeah. We saw manatees. It was great.
Yeah, that was quite amazing actually. She had tears. It was a tender moment.
Next.
What type of music do you like?
I grew up listening to a lot of like 90s country, so I used to like that. I've really pulled away from that though. I really like more alternative stuff now. I like metal, I like rock, I like punk. I don't know, I've just really broadened my horizons. I even like to listen to classical music when I'm like driving sometimes and it drives her insane.
Oh, I get in the car and it's all just violins, which are fine.
I don't even have to think. It's just like these beautiful sounds that are happening. But yeah, and then like musicals, they're awesome.
So let's kind of jump into that question a little bit more. Top 3 favorite bands right now, in the moment.
I feel like it's always like Avenged Sevenfold, R.E.M., Ghost. Your top 3. Go!
Ramones, Ghost. I don't know, I've been really into like 80s pop lately. I'm just gonna say 80s pop for right now because I've been really into it. How long have you been teaching?
3 full years. I did 1 year of internship, so I will be going into my 4th official year this year.
Are you a Cardinals fan?
Sometimes I'll have students ask me baseball questions, and I don't really watch baseball. It's not really my interest. Kudos to you. I was totally backing the Cubs when they won because I felt stressful watching that, and I stayed up late just because people were freaking out on like Facebook and everything. And I was like, I'm going to stay up and watch this. And it was like so close, and like I was like getting sweaty and like my heart was beating. But I wouldn't say I'm a Cubs fan. I wouldn't say I'm a Cardinals fan. But there is a team called the Twins. So I'll just back them.
Yeah, I actually, if I have to pick a team for baseball, I don't watch baseball.
You know someone.
Yeah, just because I know someone. I used to work as a nurse with the wife of Chad Green, who is very involved in the Yankees stuff. So I'm gonna say, go Yankees! Do you think you're nice?
I can be very critical. I can be very to the point, and some people think that's very cold.
It is.
And I feel like if I'm just too nice, then it's like I'm being fake, and I don't want to be like fake to people. So I'm just very real, I'm very straightforward, I'm very blunt and to the point.
Do you have any children?
No.
Jeez.
Schnoz is my only child.
What was a big change in your childhood?
My dad leaving. Our dad leaving.
Your dad versus my dad?
My dad.
My dad.
Our dad left when we were very young, and it turned our world upside down, and I think it helped us grow as a person, but we were like 4, but I have students who go through like divorce, and it can be harder as you get older, Because suddenly you're much more aware, you're more mature, and that's a huge struggle.
I do want to point out, divorce isn't, I know it's like a bad thing, but on the other side, if our parents would have stayed together,
It
that
wouldn't
would
have
have
been
been
good.
worse.
Yeah.
That would have been worse, I think.
So that was a big change, but I think it was for the best. But
Same.
that was definitely hard growing up. But we didn't have to do like the whole court thing.
Custody.
We didn't have custody battles. We just stayed with mom, and we kind of saw dad when we could, but it wasn't like scheduled. And I see so many of my students struggle where they're like, well, I'm going to be at this parent's house this weekend,
Yeah,
but they don't have
mom's
a
or-
computer, so I can't do your homework. And how do I do that? And then I say, well, what's your plan? We got to problem solve. I think that was one of the biggest changes. And then we had a stepfather who wasn't so great, but then he got out of the picture, and then my life improved drastically.
All of us.
But I've heard some great step-parent stories from some of my students where they're very lucky to have a step-parent.
Yeah. We have a wonderful stepmom.
Yeah. So yeah, I think those are the biggest change.
Yeah, what was the biggest change in your childhood?
Those are like changes that were outside of our control.
Are we going to be allowed to play Fortnite on your computer?
No.
Can your computer even run that in your
Probably
classroom?
not. It's a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Fortnite's cool. I'm really bad at it. I made it to top 3 one time. You're pretty good at it.
I'm fair at best. Usually I just hide around and hope I don't get shot. I don't think I've killed one person. One person maybe on Fortnite.
Favorite place?
Oh,
Tomato Town.
Yeah. Is your class fun?
Sometimes, yeah.
Have you ever almost died?
Yes. I think there were like 3 times. First time fishing with Dad.
Yeah.
We were like, what, 2 or 3?
3 or 4.
We had like these little fishing rods and these little itty bitty plastic chairs. And he just sat us on a chair that was on like an incline.
Right by the water.
Right by the water. He was watching us. And I must have been fat, but the chair broke. And I don't know why I didn't just stand up, but I just like rolled down the hill accepting it and fell into the water. And my dad had to like grab me by my collar and like hoisted me out, and I was just like sopping wet. I was crying, and he's like, no, you're gonna scare away the other guy's fish.
Yeah.
And this other fisherman was just looking at us like
Yeah.
really mad. And
Yeah.
that was one time. The other time was totally my fault. We were living on the farm,
Oh.
and we were on the go-kart. No, I was on the go-kart,
Yeah.
and it had a roll cage. And
Thank goodness.
we just drove around the driveway.
We had a circle drive.
Yeah, around this big pine tree, and then we had like this deck, and we were supposed to do the left turn. And I didn't do the left turn. My mom's following me on the 4-wheeler with my younger brother Curtis, and she's like yelling at me like, slow down, and I didn't hear her, and she's like yelling, slow down. And for some reason I just like punched it, and I went through the
Give it a kick.
I gave it a kick, and I went through the the deck and like the lattice work, and if I wouldn't have had the roll cage, the top part of the deck would have gotten me right here, and I think that
She was going pretty fast, so you can kind of guess the outcome.
I would have been decapitated.
Yeah.
We were really young. Sorry, last one. We were really young. We were on the playground at the elementary school where I come from, and we had this thing called the blue and yellow, where things are all like you can do flips on
Flippy
stuff.
bars
It was fun.
and monkey bars.
And there was a low pole, like a bar, and then there was a high one. And I was like a shorty. It was like 3rd, 4th grade,
Yeah,
something like that. And we're playing tag, and my friend Mariah's running, and I see her, and so my eyes are following her,
Yeah.
and I'm just running, and I look forward, and there's the bar, and I just clothesline myself, and I'm down, and I had this huge bruise. It was like purple and blue. It was really attractive, and I had to go home because I had a severe concussion.
Yeah. Did you end up going to the hospital?
No.
No, they're like, rub some dirt in there.
You're fine.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I'm recording for you guys.
Is any of this important?
Absolutely.
I thought you were gonna be like,
Ouch! Yeah, definitely. Now, if you're talking about videos, not really. I just do them to help people. They're not really important.
I just help people. It's not important or anything.
No, but if you're talking about language arts, it's extraordinarily important. Your writing skills are super important.
Yeah.
I know it doesn't feel that way, though. I know, and if a teacher's like, hey, I need you to write this, it's like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Nothing's making me want to do that. but I'm looking for more skill level, not necessarily like you don't have to change the world with a paper, but you know, do you have the skills? It'll help you get by in life and it'll help you get what you want. And that's, I want you guys to have the best life possible, and these skills will help you get what you want out of life. And I think that's important.
And it is. I am working on my master's degree right now because someone had to start theirs, so I'm starting mine, and I'm writing papers, a lot of papers. And as you all know, I'm not very good at this language arts stuff and spelling and grammar. I've had papers given back to me and they say, the content is good, your writing is just
The
horrible.
conventions.
Yeah, and so I had to rewrite a few parts just because my verb tense was wrong, my grammar's lacking, everything. I even I'll write out a sentence and be like, that doesn't sound right, but I don't know how to fix it because I just don't have that skill set. So what you learn now will have a grand impact on your future. Listen well. It makes a difference.
It can also save you money, like if you're writing for scholarships and stuff later on, which I've helped multiple students write scholarships, and some of them have won, not all of them because that's not realistic, but, and then writing to like get a job, like I like a letter of intent, like I really want this job, here's what I can tell you about me, but without being like overboard, but without being like too insincere, like there's a balance, and
cover letters.
There's a cover letter, that's a fine line.
Are you gonna need glasses?
Yes! Yeah, actually, I just had eye surgery.
Yes.
And my right eye was garbage. It was trash.
It's garbage.
I couldn't see, but my left eye found out it was 20/20, but she got glasses, so I went to the eye doctor because everyone's like, get your checkup, which they were like, hey, you don't need glasses, but you do need surgery. And I was like, I knew coming here was a mistake. So I had to have over, my insurance covered most of it, but I had to pay out like over $1,000 to have people poke my eyes with needles and do something called I had a macular pucker, and they had to do a membrane peel. So they literally had to, don't Google or YouTube vitrectomy.
Please click below. Here's
a link.
Yeah.
No, and the nurse was even like, don't Google this. And I did, and I hated it. And I just saw this person's eye, and they like have these things holding it open, and they're just like,
they're in there.
Oh, it was horrible. And I had to stay awake for the procedure. I couldn't feel anything, but they're like, now you're going to feel a little bit of tugging. And I was like, okay.
Sounds great.
Oh, it was horrible. I was awake for the whole thing, but they give you something where you don't care.
The preparation for it and knowing that it's going to happen was the scariest part. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
The surgery itself was easy. Piece of cake.
30 minutes, yeah. But then I had to have like this eye patch, and they had to tape it on, and then they were like, it was like this Vaseline stuff, and they had to like do a pocket and like and put it in there and like taped it all shut. And then when I went to I know I'm ranting, I'm sorry. And then I went to the doctor to do like the let's unveil, and like they're taking it off, and they're not even being nice about it. They're like, rip, rip, rip. I'm just like, I'm just spat everywhere. This hurts really bad. And they're like, okay, open your eye. And I'm just like, like trying to open it, and it was like this gummy pulling, and like she had to try to help me get it open, and she's like, oh, there's a lot of ointment in there. And like, oh, it was just so bad. Mm-hmm. And they're like, can you see? And I was like,
she's like,
no. But I'm just now at the point where my pupil has come back down to normal. Mm-hmm. I still have to do these eye drops. Long story short, even with that surgery, this still won't be 20/20. So when I go to get a checkup next year, because I'm being a smart young adult, I might have to get glasses to make this one match this one, mm-hmm. but my left eye is compensating for this one, and rant over.
Is school harder in 7th grade?
With content? No. With
here?
Social life? Yes. Once you get through junior high, you'll be like, remember junior high? It was horrible.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because of the classes, it's because of like social norms and peer pressure, mm-hmm. and like self-discovery, what you're identifying as, kind of finding your niche, who you are, which was the most horrible part. And a lot of times when I ask people, what was the worst part of your life? They're like, adolescence.
Junior high.
Puberty. Like, I wouldn't redo that.
I'm a completely different person, I feel like, than I was when I was in junior high.
I'm not the same person.
No. I just wanted to talk to her.
And I wish more adults would, like, everyone's like, all these kids, and it's like, you don't remember
Yeah.
what you were like. Yeah, all the sympathy to you guys.
Yeah.
It's a tough time.
This one says, I don't know a question. I'm excited to have you as a teacher.
Thank you.
Do you read?
Absolutely. Good reading promotes healthy writing.
What do you read?
I'm actually, my goal at January was every month I was going to read a Game of Thrones book. Because they're very dense, and
She can do it, though.
Yeah.
She can pull that off.
And I was doing it up until I reached A Feast for Crows, which I just didn't like as much.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm on A Dance with Dragons, and it's like already July, and I'm like 2.5 months over. But it's the last book right now, so I think that's fine. But that's my goal to finish. So that's what I've been really into.
Also, she was down a little bit and couldn't read with her surgery, but she was doing some audiobooks.
Oh, and just real quick, because we were talking about this earlier, when I was your age, our favorite series, it was by a woman named Jenny Nemo.
Yes!
Was the Charlie Bone series. Don't say Charlie Brown. That's not right.
It's not right.
Charlie Bone. And it was very cool. It was very, like, Harry Potter-esque, but, like, not full-on Harry Potter, but it was really easy to read, and it was really cool, and the books are, like, that big, but...
It's a hidden gem, for sure.
It is. I recommend it. Read it.
I want to reread them. Do you cry a lot?
If I'm, like, very stressed, or if I had a day with a student where, like, maybe I did yell at them, or maybe they're just really frustrated with me and I'm very frustrated with them, I have a good hour drive home and I'll let some tears flow. But it's healthy to cry. I don't think people should be ashamed of that.
Am I going to like you?
I hope so.
She's pretty easy to get along with.
I'm pretty chill. Just, I have a few rules. If you follow them, we're fine.
Yeah. And the rules that she has are not far-fetched. They're just, they help to have a collaborating classroom, and I think they're fair.
Yeah, like one thing was like, if I have a rule and you don't get it, you can be like, why do we do this?
Why, yeah.
I will explain to you why we do it. Same thing if we do an assignment. In fact, I had, they'd be sophomores this year. If I have an assignment and you're like, why are we doing this? And I don't have a good answer, we're not going to do it. Because again, I'm not going to waste your time. Because then I have to take time to grade that. And if there's no point, then why am I doing it?
This is the last question. Are you an insecure person?
Yes.
What makes you like that, and how do you get over it?
I'm insecure. I've never liked it when someone disciplines me. I've never liked it.
I can vouch for that.
And that's why I was always such a good student. It's why I was always such a good kid. I mean, I still did stuff, but if someone was like, no, then I would like, or hurt my feelings that someone said that to me. And that's why I felt so bad about disciplining some students, because I'm like, oh, they're going to be like me, when I'm realize like, oh, you're used to being yelled at. Okay, I see. That makes me very insecure to know that I'm not doing something that is either impressing people or if I'm not meeting someone's expectations. So like when I have my evaluation as an educator and the principal comes in and he's watching me, a lot of times he'll give me praise, but he'll say, here's what you need to work on. And it's so hard for me to take that constructive criticism, even though he's being very professional about it, but it just kills me to know that I'm not meeting his expectations. I'm not exceeding his expectations. And that makes me very insecure.
Mm-hmm. I'm better than I used to be, but I take stuff personally. I take stuff hard, especially with patients I work with, stubborn patients who don't take my advice.
When
And I feel like I'm
and
very easygoing. Hey, follow this diet. If you follow my instruction. If you don't, you're going to suffer some consequences, and you're not going to like those. Those don't go along with your goals.
And these aren't like consequences like you fail, which is like the
No,
worst
it's
thing
like
I could do to you.
Worst quality of life, death, very serious consequences. And I when I do have a patient pass away, some who are very unexpected, and it's because they didn't follow along with what I was saying, that just eats at me. That's
Not your fault though.
But what could I have said different? Could I have said something different that would have made them change their mind? Could I have visited them more often to prevent something? You always think, what if, what could I have done? And
You shouldn't guilt trip yourself though.
yeah, but what's the alternative?
I don't want to say let it go because that sounds insincere. Yeah,
Mhm.
and that's why I can't be a nurse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's just always try your best. With anything that you're insecure with, just give it your all, and that way when you reflect back, You can say, it is what it is. It's not something I can change. And usually time helps, I think.
Time helps a lot of things.
It does.
Is that it?
That's all we got.
Man, what a way to wrap that up.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm getting super excited for this year coming up. I'm like ready for summer to be over, and I know that sounds like really terrible, but I'm just like dying to like start doing stuff. And so actually very, very excited to meet all of you, get to know you guys more, and start like this education process. And some of you guys will be stuck with me for 2 years, sorry, and then some of you guys will have me for 8th grade. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your summer, and
don't be afraid to learn.
bye guys.